is constantly putting you in extremely painful scenarios, your strategy is fucking amazing. So when you go to buy or sell, did it hurt to buy or sell? Or did it feel good? If it felt good, you're being stupid. Now, another question is, am I doing the easy thing or the hard thing? Is it easy to buy at the bottom or is it hard? Well, it's hard. So if it was easy to buy, it's probably not the bottom. Now, is your decision based off of logic or emotion? Think about why you decided to do the action you're doing right now. Was this logical or emotional? If I made this decision over a 20-year time horizon, would I be in a profit or a loss? So let's say you're FOMOing in because you feel like you're going to miss out. Let's imagine you did that for 20 years straight. Do you trust in yourself that you would be in a profit? Probably not, right? So it's not profitable. Could you imagine professional crypto speculators? Could you imagine the people you look up to doing the decision or making the decision that you're making right now? You probably can't, right? If you FOMO bought some coin because someone on Twitter said you should buy it, could you imagine the professional that you want to be like making that decision? Probably not. Now, whose thesis is better? Is it you buying or is it the guy who's selling to you, right? Who's got the better thesis? You have to think about it. You have to think about what is the reason someone would buy right now and what is the reason someone would sell right now. And you have to weigh up both sides of the argument and you have to ask yourself which side of the argument is better. Should you be selling here? Is the selling argument better? Should you be buying here? Is the buying argument better? And whenever you figure out which argument is the best, then that is maybe the decision that you should be making. Now, again, did my system tell me to buy or sell today, or was it my emotion? So whenever I buy or sell, generally it's when my algorithm tells me to. So it's always my system which has a defined edge that makes my decisions for me, right? I don't really do anything until my algo tells me to do something, right? So that's an easy one to make you make good decisions. Another one, am I acting reactively or proactively, right? So let's say the price crashes and then you sell. That's a reactive decision. That's not how you make money. Let's say you look at the data and you are not confident in this position anymore and you sell and then it drops. That's a proactive decision. That's a good decision. And last but not least, when you buy or sell, ask yourself, am I the smart money here or am I the dumb money? You know, if you're FOMOing into a coin as it goes up 2x in a day, you're probably the retard money. You're probably not even dumb money. You're probably retard money, right? Even worse. And if you buy when it hurts, you're probably smart money, right? You're probably a genius, mega brain. Now, I want to give you a visual example to show you why you need an edge. So this is the profit and loss of your portfolio, right? So if you are to just buy randomly and sell randomly, you are going to have profitable and unprofitable positions, right? When it goes below the gray line, you've lost money. When it goes above the gray line, you've made money. This is what your portfolio tends to look like when you don't have an edge, right? You end up just making and losing money, right? Now, the ability for you to make money comes down to how well you can minimize the downside while keeping the upside, right? Because if you do no upside and downside minimization, the general trend is that you end up not making or losing any money. You just end up staying flat, right? I think in crypto, if you just bought something and held it long enough, you'd probably end up in a profit. But I think in... anyway, I'm not sure where I was going with that point. But essentially, this is more a trading concept. But basically, your ability to make money comes down to your ability to minimize the downside. So this red line, if you can... If your downside goes below the red line, you are unprofitable because you are losing as much as you are making. If your losses and your gains are the same size, you will not make money. But if you're able to stop the downside before it gets too low and you're able to keep the asymmetric upside, then you have put the odds in your favor. Because the thing with making money in crypto is you can't stop yourself from losing, but you can minimize the losses to the point where the gains outweigh the losses, where the gains are asymmetric and the losses are minimal. That is the game of crypto. It's not about not losing. It's about making the times that you fuck up have a very small portfolio impact, and making the times that you're right have a very big portfolio impact. And the only way that you're going to be able to have this red line where you sell, on a small loss, the only way you're going to create this in your portfolio to be profitable is by having a strategy, right? Is by having a process. When you have a profitable process, a profitable strategy, a profitable edge, you are putting the odds in your favor. So that every dollar that you put in spits out $1.50, because that is what the strategy does. So as I said just before, your ability to make money comes down to your ability to cut your losers early and let your winners run, right? Without a portfolio, process, thesis, and consideration of downside up front, you're essentially borrowing money from the smart and giving it back to them when they need it. So this, again, we covered this in I covered this in another one of these videos, but basically relates back to this point here. Everyone can make money in a bull run, but very few can keep it. So in a bull run, if you do dumb shit like this, you will make the money, but you're essentially borrowing the money. It's not your money, you've just borrowed it, right? It's just a temporary profit, right? There's a big difference in crypto between temporary and permanent profit. Temporary profit is where you make money in a way that is not profitable long term, where if you keep doing what you just did to make that money, you'll lose that money, right? And that is what this is talking about here. When you do things like buy or sell without an edge, copy influences, make emotional decisions, any of the what not to do's, you're doing something which the end outcome is losing money. And yeah, maybe it sometimes makes you money, but over a 20-year time horizon, that implementation of that thing, that gambling, that lack of process will eventually lose you money. So that's the end of this video. I'll see you in the next what not to do. Cheers.